How to make money on the side as a nurse. Now, my soon-to-be daughter-in-law is a nurse, and I have a lot of nursing clients, a lot of them. Tons come from the medical profession. So how can you, outside of, reducing your hours or shifting gears, just make more money and make it more of a business than a pay-by-hour job? And I think that's the hugest distinction for a lot of you. So let's talk about a few things. How do you turn that nursing knowledge into a lucrative skill set? Like, where's the business that you could be looking toward and at for extra money or just to replace? Well, we can't have you replace because there's a nursing shortage and we need you there. The second thing I want to talk about, just the strategies. How do you balance this, say, side hustle business with actually keeping the job as a nurse? And there are ways to do that because typically you're on 10, 12-hour shifts. You can do 2 or 3 of them in a week, use the other parts of a week. And we'll talk a little bit about how a partner could be beneficial in that model. Last thing I want to talk about is the essential steps that you have to avoid the pitfalls, which is getting incorporated, protecting yourself, insurance, all sorts of other things, because you do have a license typically with your state and you got to make sure you're protected. So how do you take and turn your nursing knowledge into some lucrative skill sets and lucrative enterprise? Well, first of all, you have a great skill set, and I would go first online. And I would create a website like Think Telemed. And yeah, you can't, unless you're under a doctor other than a nurse practitioner, you can't just give that information. But you could give, just basic tips, first aid, alternative techniques. Like I have a nurse who does really creative alternative, like just how to use baking soda. And it's the simple like home remedies. How do you do home remedies out of things and does recipes for people and actually sells these concoctions? It's quite interesting. You could do a blog, you could do a podcast, you could do an ask campaign, go like to my Ask Loral and like askwhatevernurseYouAre.com. You could do a whole series where people are doing more and more online medicine than they've ever done since the pandemic. There's other lucrative skill sets like IVs. And yes, again, you're going to have a doctor over top of that or a PA, or a nurse practitioner level, but IV services are huge. Peptide services are huge. Just like, I don't know how many modalities that you could be doing in alternatives. You could do all sorts of different alternatives from brain tap to like there's EE systems. There's hyperbaric chambers. There's all sorts of different alternative health modalities that you could be an investor in or own inside of a wellness center, for example. And you do some practice there or you do it all online. Just sell reports, write a book. There's so many things. I want you to just be thinking more alternatively than just going to a hospital, going to a clinic or surgery center, doing your 12-hour shift and going home. What else could you be doing to serve other people? And what's the niche that you could be doing it in? The next thing I want to talk about are what are the key strategies to balance this new cash machine side hustle with your actual nursing job. So again, be very mindful of your schedule, right? And other responsibilities that you have, especially if you have children, family, things like that. But again, you could work probably 3 12s and then have another 2-3 days. So a lot of automation and systems have to come into play. And that is one place I see nurses fall down. Even our own clients don't get enough of that done. You need your own website, your own database. People need to be interested in you. That's why I love ask campaigns, because they could ask you any question, make any request, and you become the resource to just helping bridge and connect people to things they need. Think of all the online portals. You can have them. You can also be a distributor of a lot of these products. They sell affiliates. You can represent different product lines. I know nurses and doctors who represent tons of different supplement lines, different health modalities. I have one nurse, all they do is blue light therapy, red light therapy, brain tap therapy, all sorts of different therapies, and that's a different side hustle. But it's the automation that a lot of you are forgetting. You've got to be out here on social media. From social media, they come get a free offer. They ask a question or make a request, and then they go into your funnel, and you've got automated revenue coming in regularly. So a lot of you need to get that set up. If you want us to my marketing team can set that up for $297 a month and maintain it for you. You have to put your hands on the keyboard a little, and you have to do what I do, which is come before a camera several times a week and do some posts so people know how to reach you and what's the new topics and what are the new things and any sort of even recipes. How would you fix gluten-free or allergies and asthma? There's all sorts of different things that you could be doing. What do you like? What are you good at? And how can you create more revenue from it? The automation and the team will be critical, as well as potentially a partner. Maybe 2 of your nurses get together and you work 3 different shifts. So you always have somebody working on that business. To work out a time schedule, time block it, And let's pick that up quickly. Now, before I go to the last point, I want you to subscribe to the channel. Be here 5 days a week. And there's a lot you can learn here. Even though this is a video just about nursing, you can apply everything I said to chiropractic, functional medicine, any sort of service-based business. So this isn't just for nurses to listen to. And share this with a lot of other people. Get people talking about this in your community. Instead of just going out and talking about, how much you don't like your boss, or you don't like your hours, or you don't like whatever's going on. Talk about what you could be doing to make more money, what you could be doing to benefit your families better. And the other one I'm just going to say wide open is you could look at real estate. It's completely different than nursing, but you know what? You can put those two together and easily succeed. I have several nurses in our community that do that. What are the essential steps to avoid the pitfalls? Well, first of all, get incorporated. You don't want to make this money personally. You want to have a company. You want to have proper E&O, which is errors and omission insurance on top of it, because you do carry a license. You got to make sure that you don't have any conflicts with your current nursing job or contracts if you're a contract nurse. And you traveling nurses, you have a lot of freedom. You got some time freedom that you could do a lot of extra stuff to make money. So make sure that your money's coming to the right bank account. You set it up completely separate. You get the right insurances and clearances to do it, and build a database. Again, get to the Ask RMS, which stands for Rapid Marketing Systems. AskRMS.com will help you set up your marketing for $297 a month. And let's figure out what is your skill set, what product, what service that you could just get going to have an online, offline business. I have another one too. I mean, you could sell essential oils. You could do oil recipes. I could go on and on. If I think about all the clients and things they do to make money, it's how creative can you be, how much you want to lean in and really get this done for yourself. You could go personal training, you could go strength training, you could go nutrition. I mean, think about how wide your wellness range is. So look forward to helping you. At any point, please ask questions to me, askloral.com, AskLoral. Ask questions, make a request. I'm here 5 days a week just for you.